Gavirate, Italy, the adopted home of Orica-Scott. Antipodean riders move here to hone their skills and don't look far to test them out, with Trofeo Alfredo Binda taking place on the very same roads.
Obviously, you know, as an Australian rider, Europe is kind of where it's at to develop as one of the world's best cyclists. The Australian, team has been based around, you know, the Gavirate region, I think for the last 12 or 13 years. So previous to that, they were based further south. The Australian Institute of Sport set up the base in Gavirate, and it's just become a really, great place to base yourself as a cyclist. You know, the training's great, you know, we're right near the hills, there's lakes around, great coffee, great food, just a really nice atmosphere to live and train in.
We're all on Duolingo trying to pick up all the basics, and hopefully, I think it's pretty important that we can engage with the community around us and try to live like locals. I've experienced living by myself on the French team before, and that was really challenging. So living with Australians and your teammates is awesome. You're never really lonely, but we also give each other space as well. It's really nice. It's fantastic to be based just out of the AIS in Gavirate. There's also dietitians, nutritionists, physios, and we've also got our coaches there as well. So Gene Bates took me out motor pacing. He's my coach, so it's good to have him there, keeping an eye on me and my training. And it's great to have some Aussies as well, just around the place. You can really feel like home. Normally the spring classics, you normally prepare for like freezing cold rain, but a few years ago it was snowing. This year it's 22 degrees, which is the warmest race we've done this year in Europe. So it'll be important tomorrow, just getting on top of all the electrolytes and hydration, and then making sure we take as many bottles in the race as possible. Like, it's not super hot, but it is a bit of a shock compared to what we were racing a month ago.
I think you see every year like the strong girls end up in the final, and it's also a bit longer now. It gets longer and longer every year, so that's a thing I like. It's also a thing really good from the UCI that they said that our races can be now up to 160 kilometers. This one is 130 something.
Scott, who were very animated in the first round.
I think that's always, a challenge when, Australians first come to Europe. Firstly, just, the size of the bunch, the intensity of the racing. It's really scary for us when we first come to Europe. We're used to racing in, a bunch of 50 or 60 is big in Australia. So that's certainly a challenge, and maybe sometimes it takes, a couple more years for an Australian rider to develop and get used to that racing.
Jess and Georgia, I think it's safe to say you're free to go on the attack now. Let's make the race a bit harder.
34, Jessica Ellen, Orica-Scott. Current gap 12 seconds, vantage 12 seconds.
Okay, Jess, you got 12 seconds out there. 12 seconds. Jess is on her own. Off the front, girls.
We really want to bring the numbers to the front of the race. And take control of the race, and I think we're strong enough this year to do that. There's no team that really stands out this year, so I think we can be the team that stands out and takes it in the races.
Okay, time gap's going out. Yes, the time gap is going out. The bunch is eased for a second. Just keep tapping away at it. Keep tapping away. Good tempo.
We're willing to sacrifice ourselves for each other and for the strongest rider on the day. So I think we really have stepped up this season, I feel, and there's a real excitement amongst the whole group that we are right there in the final and we can really go for it and go for the win. And we have points in the race where we know we need to be there, and everyone's there, everyone's committed, and when you have that feeling in a team, then everyone's really excited. We call it getting goosebumps. You have that moment, and that just is so motivating when you see that.
But in the end, it's like the climb. That's where the race is split up and where it's happening. So you need to be as fresh as possible on that last climb. I think really we stepped up this year with being as a team, like being more in front and being more together, more girls in the final.
We wanted to be aggressive, we wanted to come as far into the race with as many numbers as possible, and I think we did that. And yeah, coming with 3 laps to go, we wanted to be aggressive, we didn't want to sprint finish.
I tried to make up some places. Yeah, I should have let you out.
But I think we should all be pretty proud of how we raced today. The last 3 World Tour races, we've really been up there and really made the race, so I hope we can keep doing that. I'm sure we'll see a win soon.
Aggressive rider in this Women's World Tour race from Orica-Scott, 10 kilometres away, so I might even ride home.